Well, the chill is on, folks. Take a look at current temperatures across the nation here. Folks, it's going to get real cold this week. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on to this quick forecast update today for Sunday, the 4th of January, 2015. Sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. Give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. And then, of course, be sure to tell them folks at Southern Indiana Weather sent you. Just take a look at this. Oh my goodness, this massive amount of Arctic air here, folks. That is going to take a nosedive for us this week. All of that cold air is plummeting towards us. It's going to get very cold, and we do have some light snow chances for us this week as well. Let me take off this and sort of zoom in here a little bit. You can see we already do have a little bit of light snow around the area today. It's not much here in southern Indiana. You've got to go basically Bloomington and northward before you start to see any of the decent snow showers. Just really some flurries out there for a few lucky folks. Nothing really to accumulate today, but those temperatures will continue to fall as you go throughout the daytime. Now, we do have a system that's set to impact us on Tuesday, which could bring some light snow to southern Indiana, maybe in the form of some light snow showers or more likely just some flurries. But some of us from around Bloomington and points northward, which is starting to get out of the area that I forecast for. I really forecast for points from basically Bloomington and Columbus and on south. Most of us will stay out of the accumulating snow, but there is a chance this system, if it dives a little bit more south, well, we'll just have to see. As I put the GFS here into motion, high pressure large and in charge tomorrow should give us at least a partly sunny day, maybe even mostly sunny at times. And as you go throughout here, you can see another system dives down on Monday night here into Tuesday morning, but you can see the snow stays largely to the north of us, and that's pretty much going to be the case as we take a look at what the GFS predicts down here. You can see that it puts the swath of accumulating snow up to our north. Now these snow totals here, by the way, that I'm showing you on the maps are skewed because really you would have to about double these to get an accurate representation. These snow maps base it on a 10-to-1 ratio, which is an average standard ratio that you get if you've got a good wet snow to make snowmen with that we usually get. But this is going to be a very light and fluffy, dusty kind of snow, not a good snowman type of snow, and it's one that will blow very easy. This is probably going to be more on the order of closer to a 20-to-1 ratio, which would double these ratios. So you can see some heavy snow predicted up to our north by the GFS upgrade. The Canadian model showing a very similar thing, Euro model very similar, and then finally the regular GFS. So you can see again some light snow maybe down here in our area on the order of well, the most that would give us would be a ½ inch, and I don't even honestly buy that. I think flurries to maybe a light dusting in somebody who is lucky enough on Tuesday to get a snow jackpot, but really most of the accumulating snow I do believe will stay to the north of us. Here's my latest snowcast as far as my thinking. Again, flurries at best for most of us by the time you get up here towards the Bloomington area, Monroe County, and then sort of a line over here towards Cincinnati. So Bloomington and Columbus and places like this on northward where you're going to see the accumulating snow. And you can see if you head up there on Monday night, Tuesday, there's a decent chance of accumulating snow, but really not a whole lot going on down here. Now next weekend, I have another system that is set to impact us. Let me go back to the GFS and just continue to put this into motion. We'll have a parade of high pressures this week that will keep us under a very cold sky. In fact, by the time Thursday morning comes, we'll talk about those temperatures in a minute. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about them right now. Underneath of high pressure here, folks, it's going to get just downright bitter cold. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures here this week. And what you'll see is bam, just look at this. Temperatures just absolutely frigid. In fact, by the time you're getting here into Thursday morning, the GFS upgrade here is predicting a 0-degree overnight low on Thursday. So downright cold. In fact, if you just take a look at some of the other data here as well, some of the raw data from the models, Canadian is even colder and is predicting below 0 temperatures, even some well below 0 temperatures here for some of us. The GFS here, regular GFS, a little bit more moderate, but you do strike the low, the below 0 temperatures up towards maybe the Bloomington and Cincinnati areas here. Those of us closer to the Evansville and Louisville areas would be in the single digits according to this. You know what? Reality is whether you're striking a -5 or a 5 above, it's stinking cold either way. So prepare for that, folks. Some very brutally cold air is on the way, and then after that, you know, we just don't warm up that much. These are high temperatures on a 6-hour basis out to 240 hours. high temperatures per every 6 hour here, low temperatures per every 6 hour on this line. And what you can see is there's only a couple of times that we even break into the above freezing time. It's going to be a downright cold week no matter how you slice it. Now, after this double-barreled high pressure sort of gets out of here and takes control, we've got another cold front that'll move through on Friday. And it's sort of a dry one from the way this thing looks, but then we've got another system coming down to the south. Here it comes, and by the time Sunday morning to afternoon, it kind of varies depending on the times. Well, the GFS takes this as a total snow event for us, and actually some heavy snow at that. A decent freezing rain event down for Kentucky as well. Now, how much stock do I put into this? Well, again, folks, at this point, you don't put a whole lot of stock into it, not a whole lot of faith into it, and we'll have to wait until we get closer to time. But very much a wintry type of setup for us if the GFS is right. Here's what the GFS does through the storm on Tuesday. Add into that this, and this is accumulated, by the way, but you can see all of this. All of this right in here would be new snow that's accumulated, and we're talking 4, 5, even up to 7 inches in some places. That could be with this system. If the GFS is right, the GFS is of course not the only model out there. The GFS upgrade, the high resolution, the new GFS, it's been struggling lately and having some problems, but it does see it as a rain going to a kind of a snow type of setup to cut down on the total. So again, that is certainly an option that's out on the table. The Canadian keeps it as an all snow kind of setup as well. The European is also on board more for a snowy kind of setup as well. I don't have it pulled up, but you know, the bottom line is I think snow is a very real possibility in this next weekend. Do think this is probably the best chance for some accumulating snow that we have had since November, really, because we are going to have that frigid air already in place. So anytime you've already got some frigid air in place and you get a warm system, moist system moving into it, well, then you got the chance for some wintry precipitation of some sort. And if you're relying on going on the cold on the backside of a system, you're going to get burned more often than not. Most of our snow's chances that we have had up until this point, from all the month of December until now, folks, they've been systems where we've been warm and we've been depending on the atmosphere cooling down enough to change it over to snow. You get burned more often than not in that, and well, that's exactly what we've seen. So good chance of it next weekend. We'll sort of leave it at that for right now. We'll keep that monitored over the course of this week and let you know how it turns out. Now, again, frigid temperatures on the way, no matter how you cut it, and I really think this will probably be the biggest story for us this week. So here's sort of a graphic I put together that kind of illustrates that again. Snow chances really from about Bloomington and Columbus upward to Cincinnati and on northward. That's for Tuesday, in sort of the red circle here. In the purple circle, outline circle, that's the better chances that we'll see some accumulating snow for next Sunday. So again, nothing is set in stone. It looks like an area-wide snow next weekend, but there's a big question mark with that. And again, folks, it's just too early to fine-tune snow totals. I showed you the GFS, 5 to 7 inches on that sucker, but again, can you really trust it this far out? No. I just show you to give you the idea that the potential for a big one is there, but we'll see. You know, it could be a 1 to 2 inch system. It could be a rain type of event too. We just don't know this far out, but we'll keep it tuned. We'll keep fine-tuning those details and let you know how the things go. All right, folks, southernindianaweather.com. Let's click on 10-day forecast and get your 10-day. Tonight, going to be another cold night as well. I don't have it up here for you, but temperatures go down to the upper teens tonight. By the time you go out to tomorrow, only into the low 20s. Actually, the mid-teens is what I should say for tonight. We'll go up to the low 20s tomorrow. We don't rebound much at all, and you can see we just sort of hang out near that temperature. Tuesday, we start to warm just a little bit in response to that clipper that moves in. We'll go up to the low 30s. Again, a slight chance of some flurries, but the snow accumulation stays larger to the north of us unless something drastically changes in the next couple of days. Then, after that front, that Arctic front moves through, oh man, folks, it's going to be downright cold. Partly sunny, very cold. A breezy day on Wednesday. Temperatures will be reached our highs early in the day, and then they'll slowly fall through the teens into the single digits by the afternoon. We're going down to a low near zero. I've got 1 degree there. Again, this is, of course, I forecast for the Southern Indiana Weather Office here, which I'm located in Huntingburg in DuBois County. So if you're going north of DuBois County, where I'm forecasting these temperatures for, folks, by the time you get into Bloomington, you could easily be below zero. Evansville may be 2 or 3, but no matter how you cut it, that's going to be cold either way. cold on Thursday. We only rebound back up to 18. The next system starts to move in for the weekend. But as I said, that cold air is already locked into place, and we stay in the 20s from the way things look to me at this point, which would leave it an all snow type of setup. So I've just left it as an all snow type of setup right now. We'll continue to monitor that. Could it change to a rain? It could, but I think the climatology would be on the side of snow for us by virtue of the fact that that cold air is already locked into place. We'd have to have a big warm surge to get us up after what we've seen previously in this 10-day. So it's possible, but we'll just have to see, folks. And then we do start to warm up, but we don't get above freezing again here until the 10th day in the outlook. So cold, cold, cold. All right, folks, that's it for this update. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite with Southern Indiana Weather. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.